Father's Day is almost here, and we're here with Keith Phelps. And Keith, you know, we had a challenge for you. We're like, well, we want to do something for Father's Day, and we want to do something with peppers. That's it. But boy, you really were up to this challenge, right?
I had fun with this. I did do some of it with my grandkids, and they came up with some great ideas too. But the first thing I'm going to do is I have some different hot peppers here. Here's Hungarian hot wax. We have habanero, Anaheim. We have cayenne. We have jalapeno, and we have ghost. And what I want you to do is I want you to put them in the order that you think they are, from the mildest to the hottest. So I want to go over a little bit how they grade the peppers as their heat value. It was back in 1912 that Wilbur Scoville, who was a pharmacist, came up with the idea of putting a hot pepper in a solution, and then people ate it, and they counted how much of the solution had to be into how much of the pepper before they couldn't taste the heat.
Wow.
So came up with the Scoville scale, and that's how they rate these peppers. So which one do you have in the first place?
For the mildest, cayenne.
No. Okay, the mildest pepper we have here is Anaheim.
Oh, and that was is that my second hottest?
Okay, so if you want to put Anaheim there, that is actually on the Scoville scale, that has a scale of 500. Okay? So what do you have as number 2?
All right, I would have now jalapeno.
Yes, jalapeno is number 2. Yay, you got one right. And on the scale, that is 2,500. So we went from 500 to 2,500. What do you have as number 3?
I had habanero.
Nope. It is the Hungarian hot wax.
Oh, nope. I think that was my hottest because it sounded exotic.
And that has 5,000 on the scale. So from going from the jalapeno to the Hungarian hot wax, we've doubled the heat. So in 4th place?
Ghost.
No.
All right.
Cayenne.
Oh, cayenne is
Cayenne
a lot hotter than I
pepper
thought.
has 30,000 heat
Wow.
units. Okay, so we started at 500, we're up to 30,000 already. So habanero is next.
Okay,
And that has 100,000 units. And that makes Ghost the hottest, which Martina was right on when she said that.
Our producer was right. Good job, Martina.
And that has 1,041,000 heat units, okay?
Why?
So,
Why would somebody not eat to eat that?
I know, blows your ears off, doesn't it? So when we're working with the hot peppers, one thing I do want you to keep in mind is some people do have a reaction to both the plant and the pepper itself.
Oh, interesting.
So if you find that you have that, make sure that you wear gloves while you're working with them to plant them. The other thing is for most people, when you're planting and working with peppers, once you're done, go wash your hands and don't get it in your eyes because it can burn your eyes. There is oil on the plant itself. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to plant these up in some containers, and what we've got is some reproduction coal buckets.
I love these.
I thought that was really cute for the heat.
Super cute.
Okay.
Super cute.
So what I did with my grandkids is we were down in Virginia this weekend, and we just took these and we made some fun designs on it. So all we were doing was using paint here and just doing different designs on them, things that looked like heat, things that looked like the caution sign, super hot. So
clever, very clever.
We just did it and painted those. Now, before I painted this, because this is a galvanized product, okay, it does have sort of that white powder coating on it.
Yes.
So we washed them real good with soap and water, and then I used a spray shellac on them and just lightly dusted it on this side. And what that does is it seals that white powder in so that it won't come off. And that's important to do when you're working on it.
You don't want to mix them up when you're ready to pick them, that's for sure.
And then to write on them, all we used was a Sharpie marker and just wrote on them what we wanted. And the kids, my grandkids, came up with all the sayings, okay? So they have the ideas of what to put on it. So I've got to go in the order here that they did, and that's why I have this little paper laying here. So the first one we're going to put in, they decided was hot. Okay, so if you want to fill this with soil, then we're going to plant the Anaheim pepper in that. Okay, the paint that we used on the things was just regular craft acrylic paint, so that was what we used on it. And then when we were done with it, we took actually a clear sealer and sealed that over top of the writing and everything on it so that it doesn't fade in the sun.
So what's the mix that we're doing here?
This is just a regular potting mix. It's a good container mix, and that's going to work really well for the peppers. That'll grow really well in that, and it's very lightweight.
It's very light.
Yep, it's going to be good, and it'll provide them with really good drainage. Now, peppers are similar to tomatoes, but not exactly. You know, with tomatoes, we can plant them really deep.
Right.
We can take all the leaves off. The only leaves that you want to take off of the pepper are the leaves that were like the seedling leaves, not the true leaves.
Oh, all
So
right.
we can plant it about that deep, okay? And
Gotcha.
that's going to give our plant a little more support. We're going to put them down in there and plant that. Now what we want to do is we're going to pot up the rest of these, but while we're doing this one, let's finish this one the whole way. And I thought, what better topping for on top of our coal buckets than
Keith, this is
lava
so
rock.
fun. I think this would be such a great Father's Day gift.
And I have to tell you, the ideas that my grandkids came up with was so much fun. We had a blast doing it together. So kids or grandkids, this is a great project to do with them. So now we have it here with this, and of course our pepper plant is going to need a stake as it grows. So what are we going to use but hot dog forks?
This is
so for the heat,
brilliant.
okay, so we have a coal bucket, we have lava rock, we have our hot pepper, and we have our
And-
hot dog fork. And because we've written on that this is hot, so you don't forget who it is.
Good idea.
We wrote the names on there in chalk marker. We're going to slide this down in here like that for our plant as it grows. We can lengthen the
Please
length
stop.
on
This
our.
was such a good idea.
All right. So now you and I are going to finish planting these up,
Yep.
and we'll show you everything once we have it all finished.
Sounds great.
And there you have it.
We have our pepper garden for Dad for grilling. This is awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
We had just so much fun doing that. I had fun doing it here with you too. Today we're at one of the places that I work at through the spring season, and that's Brookside Acres Greenhouses. We're located at 600 Conley Road here in Mifflinburg, and the phone number is 570-966-3879. For all of those dads out there, we would definitely like to wish you a happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to everyone and to you too as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks for helping us out.
Happy Father's Day.